ওটাই তো বন্ধু, বন্ধু হাতে আমার শত্রু।
Okay, so let us start the session. Now we are going to discuss about the mathematical operation on discrete time signals. So we are discussing about the mathematical operations on discrete time signals. So mathematical operations on discrete time signals involves number one, scaling. Number two, folding. Number three, shifting. Four is addition. And five is multiplication. So these are the operations, mathematical operations on discrete time signals. So first, this scaling can be categorized into two. One is called amplitude scaling. Amplitude. And another is called time. So scaling can be categorized into two conditions. One is called amplitude scaling, another is called the time scaling. So let us discuss with the first one, the amplitude scaling. The number one is scaling. So what do you mean by scaling? Scaling of discrete time signals. First number is amplitude scaling. Okay, so amplitude scaling, does it means? Amplitude scaling of a discrete time signal by constant A is accomplished by multiplying a value of every single sample by the constant A. So that is called the amplitude scaling. Let us give the example. Let Yn be the amplitude scale signal amplitude scale signal of XL, then Y of n equals to A of X. Let us suppose. Let Xn equals to 10 for n equals to 0, equals to 16 for n equals to 1, and equals to 20 for n equals to 2. And amplitude value, that is A, equals to 0.2. Okay. So when n equals to 0, so when n equals to 0, y equals to A of x of 0, that is 0.2 into 10, that is 2.0. Same, when n equals to 1, y of 1, that is equals to A of x of 1, that is equals to 0.2 into 16, that is equals to 3.2. Same, y equals to 2, when n equals to 2, y2 equals to A of x of 2 equals to 0.2 into, so let us do a correction here. 0.2, this is 0.2 into 20, that is equals to 4. It is equals to 4.0. So like this it will happen. Understand the amplitude scaling?
Yes, sir.
Next page. Now, that is amplitude scaling. Now, what for the time scaling? Now, for the time scaling. So, for time scaling, time scaling, there are two ways. There are two. ना एक एक करके ज्वाइन कर रहा है. There are two ways of time scaling. Of discrete time scaling. Number one is called downsampling. Number two is upsampling. So in a signal x of n, if n is replaced by d of n, where d is an integer, d is an integer, then it is called downsampling. Then it is called downsampling. Okay. And in a signal, xn xn, if n is replaced by n by I, where I is an integer, then it is called upsampling. Just a minute. Sorry for the disturbance. Where I told if a signal xn, in a signal xn, if n is represented by n by I, where I is an integer, then it is called upsampling. Let us give an example so you can understand what is downsampling and what is upsampling. Let us give an example. Example. If xn equals to b to the power n, where n is greater than equals to 0, or we can tell 0 is in between, b is in between 0 and 1, then x1 n equals to x of 2n will be a downsampled version of Xn. And x2 of n equals to x of n by 2 will be an upsampled version of n on Xn. Let us write when n equals to 0, x1 0 equals to x of 0, that is equals to b of 0. When n equals to 1, x1 1 equals to x1 2, that is equals to b square. When n equals to 2, x1 2 equals to x of 4, that is equals to b to the power 4, and so on. Whereas, I'm going to the next page. Whereas for the downsample, for the upsample, when n equals to 0, x of 2 0 equals to x of 0 by 2, that is equals to x of 0, that is equals to b0. Sorry, b to the power 0. When n equals to 1, x of 2 of 1 equals to x of half, that is equals to 0. Next, when n equals to 2, x of 2 of 2 equals to x of 2 by 2, that is equals to x of 1, that is equals to b to the power 1. When n equals to 3, x of 3 of 3 equals to x of 3 of 2, that is equals to 0, and so on. So if I draw the signal, let us draw the signal. Okay, so now let us draw the first signal. So first signal is B0, B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, B0, B5, B6. Okay, B to the power n for n greater than equals to 0. And B lies between, it is greater than 0 but lesser than 1. So it will be an exponential type of signal. So this will be 0. So let us draw this signal. This will be our b to the power 0. Okay. So this will be b to the power 1. This will be b to the power 2. This will be b to the power 3. This will be b to the power 4. This will be b to the power 5. And this will be b to the power 6. So like this it will continue. So this is b1. This will be b2. This will be b3. This will be b4. This will be b5. And this will be b6. So this is the x of n, and this is the n. Now again, the first downsampled. This is 0. This is x of n. So this will be the b0, no problem. Now is b2. So b2 is this one. So this will be b2. Next b4. This will be b4. So this will be b4. आ गया मेरा पेन. So this will be b4. This is b6. So the last one. So this will be b6. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Next for the x2n. This is x1n. Next for the x2n. The first is b0, no problem. b0. Next is b1. So this will be empty. This is 0th position. This is 1 position empty. On the 2 position, it will be b1 because n1 will be x21 is 0. So on the 2th position, it have the value. And what is the value? B of 1. So B of 1 means a little bit small, but up to this. So B of 1. Okay. Next is B of 2. You will see. Okay, so this will be again another bit will be 0, third bit will be 0, and the fourth bit again it will be B of 2. Next is 5, 4, 5. And then B of 6. So this is 6. And this will be B of 3. This will be dot 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 n. This will be also dot dot. So these are the 3 signals. This is the original signal. This is the original signal. This is the What? Downsample or upsample? This is downsample. And this is upsample. Okay? Clear, everybody? Clear, सबको?
Yes, sir.
Next is folding. The folding of a discrete time signal xn is performed by changing the sign of the time-based signal, time-based n in x of n. The folding operation produces signal x of minus n, which is the mirror image of the signal xn with respect to time origin n. So folding means to fold, like we fold some of the what paper, some envelope, or like this thing. So we fold. And when we fold, what happens? The right hand side portion will coming to left hand side, the left hand portion will coming to right hand side. If you open a copy and there is a middle part of the copy, and using the middle part of the copy, if you fold the copy, and before folding the copy, if you put some ink on that copy, then you will see the right hand side what will tell ink will be reflected on the left hand side. So this is the operation known as folding. It has another name and it is called time reversal. It has another name and it has called also time reversal. That means we are reversing the time. Okay, time reversal. So let us assume example of folding. If you give example, you will understand. We have a signal x of n equals to 0.8 n. And we have to find the signal. We have given a call and we have to find the signal. So how to find the signal? Let us do the folding. So let us draw the signal. Okay, so this is the 0th position. This is the 1, -1. This is -2. This is 1. This is 2. Now the value of n lies between -2 to +2. Okay. So let us draw the signal. This is our x of n. This is 0.8. This is 1.6. This is 1.6. Let us take an arbitrary sequence. I am taking an arbitrary sequence. Okay? This is 0.8 minus, and this is minus 1.6. Minus 1.6. This is the n side. Okay. So look at this. If this signal is being folded, then what will be the version? Zero's position will be kept tight. This is the -1 position. This is -2 position. This is 1 position. This is 2 position. So 0th position of from 0, there will be a fold. So this will come here and this will come here, keeping this as the index, 0th position as the index. So how we do that? By watching. So what we'll do? If I fold it, it will be 0, no problem. So first draw the base guided line. Very sorry. So this is the 0th position. Let us name it is X shell. So right hand side will go to the left hand side. Left hand side will go to the right hand side from 0. So this has a value of 1. In 1, it has a value of 0.8. In 2, it has a value of 1.6. So in -1, now the value will be, I told, right hand side, left hand side, right hand side. So 1 minus 1, and the value will be 0.8. And this will be 1.6. Just a minute. This will be 1.6. And here at 1, it will be minus 0.8. And this will be minus 1.6. So this is it. So you can see here, this is called the folding. The right hand values will go to the left hand values, and the left hand values will go to the right hand value. So this operation is called time reversible or folding. Have you cleared with this operation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So folding is done, shifting, scaling is done. Two things have been done. We will start our next thing will be the time shifting of discrete time signal. And then we will go for addition, multiplication, and repeat, and then we will go to the system. So no problem with the folding? Again, I am asking.
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let's go to the next section. Okay, so next is called the folding after folding. Next is shifting, time shifting. So what is time shifting? A signal xn can be shifted in time by replacing the independent variable n by n minus 1, where m is an integer. That is, x of m n minus m is shifted version of xn. If m is a positive integer, the time shift results in a delay by m units of time. If m is a negative integer, the time shift results in the advance of the signal by m units in time. The delay results in shifting each sample of xn to the right, and the advance result in shifting each sample of xn to the left. So that means if I go, this is the right portion and this is the left portion. So if I go this side, then what will happen? That is delay. And if I go this portion, that is called what? Anybody? Clear, everybody?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So advance and delay. So we will talk about this advance and delay and shifting and time shifting of discrete time signals in the next class. And then we will go for the discrete time system, because only 3 minutes is left and I don't want to tell you one thing. But we can discuss about the delayed unit impulse. So what is an unit impulse? This is the unit impulse we have discussed. This is the 0, this is positive, and this is negative. And this is delta n. Okay, everybody, please give your attendance in the chat box. Those who will be present, I will give them and attendance. So please, in the chat box, please write your presence or like that, so I can calculate the attendance. Everybody, those who are present here, I will calculate the attendance from each. And those who are not here, that means those who have joined in the first class but are not in the second class, they will not get the attendance, because I will give the attendance after the completion of the class. So I have already get 5 attendance, 6. There are 4 students left. So please, if you want to get your attendance, please give your attendance. So this is delta n and this is minus and this is plus. So what I am telling, we write the function delta n equals to 1 for n equals to 0 and equals to 0 for n not equals to 0. Now what will be delta n minus m? That means it has been shifted by m units. So this is the first position and now this is the m position. So now the signal will be starting from here. This is the m. This is positive. This is negative. 6 attendance have been got. So those who are not giving attendance, I cannot give you your attendance. So delta n is equal to 1 for what? N equals to m. And equals to 0 for n is not equals to m. So this is the shifted. We will discuss it further, but I am not telling. I get only 6 students attendance out of 10. So I am repeating it. If you don't give your attendance, you will not get your attendance. Please give your response in the chat box so that I will give the attendance. So thank you for joining the class. We'll talk. I will continue it in the next class.